No one really knows what hides in the gloomy corners of our world until something finally steps out. In today's video, we're watching some of the creepiest entities ever caught on trail cameras. Creatures that are anything but human. Let's start with one of the creepiest clips out there. A trail camera caught what people now call a feral human walking straight past it. The figure had matted hair, a body caked in mud, barefoot, and only a cloth wrapped around the waist. In another shot, the same man reappears, this time holding a hunting tool. What was he doing, alone and armed, deep in the woods? Turns out, this isn't a one-off. Eyewitnesses across U.S. national parks have reported similar sightings. Strange, wild humans living off-grid. There are even hand-drawn sketches based on real encounters, and a chilling number of missing persons cases tied to these areas. Could Bigfoot just be one of them? Just something to think about. Suspicious neighbors. A man living near the woods started noticing something strange on his property, and it wasn't wildlife. In broad daylight, uninvited guests began showing up, and they were anything but normal. Caught on camera, these trespassers looked vaguely human. But the way they moved was off, crawling on all fours, letting out guttural sounds. And lately, leaving behind eerie objects that some say were part of black magic rituals. The footage spread fast. Some called them feral people of the Appalachian. Others swore they were demons. The man even contacted the county sheriff, but there was no response. So what exactly is lurking in those woods? And why won't anyone step in? Driveway creature. This dashcam footage left everyone stunned. A couple was slowly sliding their car into the driveway, nothing unusual, until they reviewed the footage. Caught in the glow of the headlights was a strange humanoid figure. It darted into the woods in a blur, but not before the camera caught enough detail to freeze your blood. Thick hair covered its entire body, like an animal. But it walked on two legs. At first, people thought it was Bigfoot, but zooming in revealed something far more chilling. Pointed ears, a long snout, and a face that looked disturbingly wolf-like. A dog man. The couple never saw it again, but some believe it still roams just beyond the tree line, waiting for the dark to fall. Trail cam giant. This strange trail cam footage has been making waves online, with many calling it solid evidence of Bigfoot. Captured in the dead of night, a massive figure moves past the camera. It's covered in hair, towering, and walks with a slow, lumbering gait. The clip is clear. Too clear for comfort. Some folks online were quick to dismiss it as a man in a suit, but it would have to be a seamless one-piece. And who roams deep woods at night in something that bulky? Others were fully convinced. This had to be a Bigfoot. What it really is, I'll let you decide. Frogmen. On December 20th, 2023, something bizarre was caught on camera. Figures that looked human, but didn't move like it. They were filmed by an adventurer exploring an abandoned castle late at night. That's when he noticed them. Strange, pale beings perched on the high stone walls. Without warning, they began leaping like frogs. Their movements were jerky, fast, and completely unnatural. From sitting eerily still to jumping in sync, they moved with inhuman precision, and these weren't short hops. They were diving from castle walls that would break a normal person's bones, but not these things, leaving anyone who watched the clip unsettled. Shadow crawler. At first, it looked like just another shadow on the road, until it started moving. This eerie footage, taken near a remote village, shows a dark beast slowly creeping closer. As it stepped into view, its thick black fur became visible, and so did the way it crawled, low to the ground, on 4 muscular limbs. The creature's face stays completely hidden, adding to the unease. But one thing's for sure, this wasn't any wild dog or known animal. Locals now believe it may have been a hybrid, part animal, part human, possibly the result of some twisted experiment gone wrong. Shadow Dweller. This is the stuff of nightmares. On someone's private property, a deformed figure was caught stalking the house. It didn't show up clearly at first, but security cameras captured enough. Misshapen limbs, jerky movements, something was off. Then it slipped into the shed. And that's when things got worse. The wood cracked, something inside was tearing it apart, and for a split second, glowing eyes stared straight into the camera. The face looked twisted, almost human, but not quite. Some say it was a skinwalker, others think it was just a severely disturbed person. Whatever it was, it hasn't come back yet. Shocking capture. A trail camera conveniently managed to capture a humanoid creature resembling a rake coming up from behind a huge boulder. Whatever this actually was, came out on all 4s with lanky front limbs and bald head, looking around for its prey. But for some reason, the video cuts out, not revealing anything further. High River sighting. In May 2025, something strange was spotted near High River, Colorado, and it wasn't just campfire gossip. Several witnesses claimed they saw a massive creature roaming the area, and one hiker even caught it on video. That's really funny. The footage shows a tall, hairy figure walking deep in the wilderness. Naturally, the internet went wild with Bigfoot theories. I mean, what else fits that description? Skeptics were quick to call it a hoax, but with multiple eyewitnesses reporting the same thing, it's hard to ignore. So, hoax or the closest thing we've got to real-life Sasquatch? You decide. That's really funny. Rake sighting. The rake, a creature straight out of nightmares. Some say it's just a legend. But then, a video like this surfaced from Texas, near Lake Travis. A group of friends had gone camping in the woods. It was supposed to be a fun night. Just stories, laughter, and the crackle of a fire. But their camera caught something no one expected. A strange humanoid figure darted behind them. Fast, low to the ground, almost crawling. Its pale limbs moved unnaturally, and the speed. It didn't seem human. Camping in the middle of nowhere already had its risks. This took it to another level. Brush jumper. In October 2024, a girl posted what seemed like a normal video, just her riding an excavator, laughing, and filming the moment. But something strange was hiding in the background. Slowed down, the clip revealed a humanoid figure crouched in the brush. Suddenly, it bolted, leaping at insane distance and vanishing into the woods. No one noticed it in real time. The creature had long hair and a strange, fast gait. Some said it might have been a smaller Bigfoot, but others weren't so sure. The way it disappeared felt almost supernatural. Was it a ghost? A forest spirit? One thing certain, whatever that was, it didn't move like any human. Park entity. This eerie clip first surfaced online recently, leaving people shocked. During a late-night drive, a family had pulled over near a quiet park when something strange made them hit record.
Mira cómo camina. Mira cómo camina.
At first, it was just a swing, gently moving. But then a dark figure was captured on camera. Tall, black, and humanoid, and morphing into something. Its height stood out immediately, towering compared to the swing. But what truly unsettled everyone was how its limbs shifted unnaturally, its form distorted, almost like it was trying to become something it wasn't. A few netizens compared it to a werewolf. Others thought it was something far worse. The family didn't stick around to find out. And honestly, can you blame them?
Mira cómo camina. Hija de puta.
Feral thing. This farmer was recording animals on his land in broad daylight, but what he caught running through the fields wasn't livestock.
Dude, that was a skinwalker. What? Follow him. I videoed it.
A pale figure was seen galloping, almost hopping, across the grass before vanishing into the trees. It had no clothes on. Or maybe no skin, just bare, fleshy limbs moving fast. At first glance, it could have been someone on a cart. But zoomed in, it looked like it was running on its own. Many believe something this wild, roaming deep forest like that could only be a feral human, a lost soul, forgotten by civilization, or something worse. I'll let you decide.
I'm gonna go get my gun.
That was a skinwalker. No.
Window creature. A strange horned figure was spotted peeking from the window of an abandoned house. At first glance, it looked like a demon, staring right at the urban explorers as if to warn them not to come any closer. But here's the twist. Those horns weren't horns at all. More like insect-like antennae, thin and bent. Almost beetle-like. The explorers didn't stick around to investigate, and can you blame them? Many now believe this might be the first time such a creature, part human, part insect, has ever been caught on tape. Dark presence. After spotting strange shadows near her home, a woman started recording, just in case it was a thief. But what she captured was far more disturbing. At first, there was nothing. Then, as she zoomed in, a faint, almost transparent figure appeared behind the trees. Tall, slender, unnaturally still, until it suddenly bolted out of frame. It wasn't human, at least not in any normal sense. The police found no signs of forced entry. That figure was never seen again. Let's hope it's gone for good. Lantern lure. In January 2012, a man was reviewing footage from his trail cameras deep in the woods. Everything looked normal until he noticed a strange glow weaving through the trees. It resembled a lantern, like someone silently walking through the darkness. But there was no one there. And here's where it gets unsettling. The deer in the footage, skittish whitetails, didn't run. In fact, they seemed drawn to the light, calmly watching as it passed, then quietly returning to graze. No human could get that close without startling them. So, what was it? Some said it was a forest spirit. Others whispered about alien visitation. Let me know your take on this in the comments. Pale Watcher. It started like any other motion alert, but what the camera picked up was anything but normal. Late at night, a security cam overlooking a backyard pool detected something, movement near the far wall. That's when a pale figure appeared, just barely visible. Its bony frame peeking over the edge. It wasn't a trespasser. It wasn't even human. Though the wall wasn't high, the house sat on a hill, meaning whatever this thing was, it had to be tall, very tall. The camera caught its ribs, stark under the night vision, as it scanned for signs of life. Then, without a sound, it backed away, vanishing behind the wall like it was never there. But it was. Creature of woods. Hidden behind a fallen tree trunk, something pale and eyeless was watching. The person recording spotted it just in time, its ghostly face barely peeking out, unmoving, yet clearly staring back. He didn't dare get closer. And honestly, who would? This eerie encounter took place deep in the Appalachian Mountains, a region already notorious for strange sightings. Some believe it was an alien, observing without interfering. Others think it's something older, something that belongs to the land. Either way, it saw him. Black Pursuer. This shaky video captured a terrifying moment mid-hike. A man was recording his trip through the woods. until something jumped out of the bushes.
Holy shit.
It was fast, covered in thick black fur, and not particularly large, but strong. Its sudden burst of movement sent the man sprinting. The camera shook violently as he ran, but it still managed to catch flashes of the creature darting behind him, relentless and too close for comfort. Then, the footage was cut. We don't know if he escaped, but what do we know? That thing wasn't a bear, and it definitely wasn't human. On the hunt. This trail camera was set up to capture wild animals at night, but what this one captured was truly unexplainable. While recording this swamp, a pale humanoid appeared in the video's frame, and it was crawling on its long, slender limbs. And this was some sort of mysterious predator because it was carrying a smaller animal in its mouth. It slowly crawled past the swamp and disappeared into the night, where it was probably going to feast on the animal in its mouth. Witch Watch. This photo has been freaking people out online. What were these three women doing in the middle of the woods at night? According to the poster, the image came from a relative's trail camera, showing three eerie figures in flowing white dresses. The way they're standing, the way the dresses hang, it's got people convinced they might be witches. Some say it looks like a midnight ritual caught by accident. Others believe it's something even darker. Whatever it is, it doesn't feel right. Lanky terror. A trail cam picked up something weird. Crouched low, tall as a man, with arms just as long as its legs. At first glance, it looked like it was just a human hobbling past, but something was seriously strange. Its movements were awkward, almost like it wasn't used to its own body. Then came the part that really creeped people out. It started growing, not in a glitchy camera way, but in a nightmarish, stretching in real time kind of way. And just as the unease hit its peak, the video cut. Coincidence? Or did someone stop the recording on purpose? Forest stalker. While hiking through a quiet forest trail, a man spotted a massive shadow shifting between the trees. At first, he assumed it was just another hiker, or maybe a large animal, but as he kept watching, it became clear. He was very wrong. The figure loomed larger with each step, and its arms hung down far lower than any humans ever could. It moved upright, on two legs, and weaved through the trees, as if it didn't want to be seen. It didn't look like a bear or a man. Many now believe he caught a real Sasquatch. Pale mimic. A series of unsettling trail cam photos taken deep in the Florida woods revealed something strange. Something not quite human. The figure was completely hairless, with ghostly pale skin and an oddly human-like frame, but its face lacked features. It was caught on two different trail cameras, making the possibility of a hoax far less likely. Even stranger, the land was private, miles away from any nearby town. Some believe it could be a failed mimic, like one of those creatures said to copy human form just enough to lure you in. Or maybe it's something else entirely, because in Florida's backwoods, things don't always follow the rules of nature. Backyard beast. A viral video has sent the internet into a frenzy, capturing what many believe could be a real-life chupacabra. The footage, taken in a quiet backyard, shows a disturbingly thin creature creeping near the fence line.
What is this? The f is this creature?
Its movements were jerky, its limbs too long, and something about it just felt wrong. Netizens were quick to draw comparisons to the legendary goat sucker of Latin folklore, known for draining livestock dry. Skeptics say it could be a sick coyote or just a trick of the light, but others aren't so sure. I won't be feeling safe if that thing was captured in my backyard.
What is this? The f
Gray being. A group of rock climbers were hiking through the woods when something strange caught their eye. Just past the boulders, nestled between the trees, was a creature. Small, skinny, and completely gray. Its skin almost blended with the rocks.
Another one there, look at. What is that?
At first, it stood frozen, staring at them. Then slowly, it stepped backward, slipping into the forest like it was trying to vanish. With those long limbs and smooth, featureless face, it looked more like something extraterrestrial. The climbers left shaken and convinced they'd just seen something not meant to be here, not meant to be found. Mysterious creature. This shaky footage shows a strange animal that was hopping around behind the bushes. The man who was recording it thought it was probably a cat, but after walking closer, he realized that it wasn't a cat. It was a black, creepy creature that he had never seen before, and it was moving back and forth in a really strange manner. The man got so curious that he grabbed it and took it home, but the next day, something strange had happened to it. The creature had mysteriously shriveled up, and the fur on its body was gone, revealing a bizarre face and misshapen claws, and the man was only left with its pale remains and a lot of questions. Deer and orb. There's been growing paranoia about aliens lately, and the floating orbs, or UAPs, aren't helping. This particular sighting came from near the Tule River area in California. The footage showed a glowing orb zipping across the field, but unlike most sightings, this one hovered unusually close to the ground. It caught the attention of a deer. Then more followed. The orb floated weightlessly, as if it defied gravity itself. But the wildest part? One of the deer actually tried to kick it. The clip cut off right after that, leaving everyone wondering what happened next, and what that orb really was. Forest entity. Nothing about this forest seemed unusual until the hiker walked too far. He was recording the greenery around him when his camera captured a mysterious entity looking at him. The creature's body was really dark, almost as black as coal. Its head was big and round, and its creepiest feature was its eyes, because they were like tiny orbs shining at him. After the hiker locked eyes with the entity, it immediately went to the side to hide behind the greenery. However, his camera had already recorded the hidden creature that lurked in this forest. Skybeam. What started as a routine trail cam series ended in something far more unsettling. A lone buck was grazing peacefully in an open field until a sudden beam of light shot down from the sky. It wasn't lightning. It looked like something out of a sci-fi film, an intense, concentrated ray that seemed almost extraterrestrial. The buck seemed clearly alarmed, staring straight at the light. Some thought it might have been a clever Photoshop trick, but others weren't so sure. Because whatever that light was, it didn't look like anything natural, and it hasn't shown up again since. Any theories? Let me know in the comments. Pale intruders. This clip was recorded just outside a village in India. Few locals were disturbed by entities far beyond their logic would allow. The area looks deserted, and these men were trying to keep their distance from whatever was in front of them. And there were a handful of these hunched over, pale, non-human creatures. As you can see, the locals had protection in order to ward these creepy figures off, but that didn't do the trick. And since that wasn't working, the locals retreated in defeat. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.